Okay, this is on the Crook job, number 55546. Install on 11/19 through 21 by Brett. So this was kind of a confusing one. So we're on the second floor right here. There's 3 floors. So the second and the third floor are one zone, and the first floor is one zone. So 2-zone system. Okay, this is the duct right here going down to the first floor. Otherwise, there's a duct here and a duct off the back of here. So, first of all, I have a cut line right here on the supply. So the whole top comes out, and then I have a cut line right there. And then on the back, see the back take off there? I have a cut line over in the bathroom. So I can't reach the cut line, but this will be the cut line of the duct right there. So remove this duct, but don't cut the sheetrock any bigger because I'm going to order this size of access panel. So cut it from the inside, and then I made the duct slip so you can just reach inside and screw the duct in from the inside on that canvas. But you're going to have a damper right here. So it's going to be kind of tight right there, but it is what it is. So, so it's another confusing thing. I ended up redoing it a little bit from the original, but so we're going to reuse this existing drain pan. The furnace will sit 12 inches from the wall. That's because we have a 12-inch duct coming off right here. And the back of the furnace will be 1 inch off the 2x4. So I'm making this box 14 and a quarter tall. That is because rather than cut out the floor and try to redo this gas line down there, I don't know what's under there, but this way will work. So we'll just set the furnace on this box, and then I made a flat piece of metal here and just put slips on the 3 sides and just slide it down, and then that should go up 1 inch into your filter box, and then you can just put on the filter box like normal. That way, we're going to remove this and put this 3/4 by half 90 right here with, so 3/4 close nipple, 3/4 by half 90, and then a 3/4 by 6, and sorry, then a 1/2 inch by 6, and a 1/2 inch 90, then a 1/2 by 30, then 90, and then reuse this stuff. And then I'll give you new flex and new piece going into the furnace and that kind of thing. But anyway, so that's what that's for. I'll see if the shop can spot it on, but if they can't, just slide it in the S's. They probably can't get their spot machine in there, to be honest. So I did order you slips for that. Also slips for the filter. But duct just as it shows. So I had to go 1 inch smaller here, 17.5 by 20 3/8. I made it 16.5 by 20 3/8. Because with the 12-inch duct, it scooted everything over a little bit, and we were heating the return air right there. So I just moved it. Okay, so off the side, we have this duct here, then a damper, and transition and that. So we couldn't get the damper in the end of the 90 because you wouldn't be able to access it. So I just made it right here will be the damper. Yeah, and the canvas. So off the front of the furnace, we'll just have this piece of duct with a damper in it, and then a transition and a canvas. Make that 6-inch canvas. Off the back of the furnace, you're going to have the starting collar, and so if it were me, I would probably put the starting collar on the duct and this piece minus the, I don't know, it just seems like no, you'll be able to get this piece on. Put this on the duct and then slide the furnace back. And this should be lined up with the sheetrock where I cut it for the access door. So you may have to notch the sheetrock like 1/2 inch to get a drive on. But otherwise it'll work. Our part's going to be reaching up inside the duct and cutting it from the inside. But I will have Lance order this damper. Also, I'm going to have him order a 20 by 10 access door for right there. Okay. Okay, this is a side view of this piece. So, return, just as it shows. This is a side view of this piece. Okay, what else? Oh yeah, this canvas should be 6 inches as well. Okay, so, combustion air, not applicable. The vent, going to tie into the existing 2-inch PVC. These just go right out the side wall. The terminations aren't correct, so adjust the terminations accordingly. I did give you a reducer and a piece of 1.5-inch pipe. I'm not sure if the 70 needs it, but I think it does. Okay. So the gas, I went over that already, quick, but so remove the riser from the 3/4 inch T and add 3/4 close, that, and that stuff, and that, and then the existing, and the new flex, and that stuff into the furnace. Okay, anyway, AC, I'll walk out there later, but you're going to flush the 3/4 inch line set. I'll give you 12 feet of 3/4 Rubitex. I'm going to put on a new big pad. Reuse the existing disconnect. The existing 30 amp breaker in the garage panel is okay. You're going to need to run a new wire to the AC unit. a new low voltage wire. And these are Prestige thermostats. I thought one time Jason told me that you can do them with just 2 wires, but I don't know. I'll follow up with that. But for right now, I'm going to have to run a new wire out. So if it were me, since this is the outside wall, I'll show you outside, but you have your flues. So I would run the wire down and just punch it out right here, as low as you can go, and then we'll run conduit. I'll give you a couple LBs and 20 feet of 1/2 inch EMT here, and then an EMT to flex connector. Hit my phone, get the camera to stop tripping. Okay, so thermostats, we got one right here, so you're going to replace this with the Prestige. And on the scope, I think Lance was confused. He said the new stat goes on the top floor, but the basement level is the one that needs a stat. But it's going to be fun to get one down there. I was scoping it out, so I'll show you upstairs, but in this joist space right here, we can probably get through into this attic here. There's an attic up here. I'll show you in a minute. But that might be the way to do it. So we would have to, this one is the stairs, but we'd have to fish a wire from down here, back here, that way. And I'll show you that in a minute. But if we can get in that attic, and then we have a few options of walls to drop down. I don't think we can get down this wall because of the stairs. It's probably major reinforced. But there's not much option. If we get in there, we might be able to drop it down right here and put a thermostat right here. No, we probably can't because we can't. You know what? I've scoped this out. So let's get a thermostat either here, unless that's the back side of the garage, which it is. So I think right here would be the best place to do it. Or right here, and you may have to cut sheetrock. You have return air here. Maybe you'll take up the grill and reach up inside and drill a hole down, and drop one down somehow, fished from that return. But that's going to be fun. Just let him know what you need to do cutting sheetrock, but you're going to be cutting sheetrock in other places as well. So while I'm down here, this is your flues, furnace flues there. So 5 feet down from this window is the floor. So your conduit will be coming out just like right here. You come out and go over to here and come down. Or come out and straight down, I don't know, whatever looks better, but probably that way and that way. That's your AC. Okay, I'm going to pause it and go back upstairs. Okay, zone panel. I went over the zones already, so you can put on a Harmony zone panel. So you're going to upsize a supply run in the daughter's bedroom. And it's kind of confusing. So also on the scope, I think Lance was confused because there wasn't another room he wanted to upsize. He just wanted to upsize the one. So daughter's bedroom, which is a second floor southeast room. So I'll just go over it now and then show you. So going to add a new 6-inch top takeoff, 20 feet of 6-inch hard pipe, and then hook onto the existing 6-inch round flex to the existing run. Up in the attic, well, it's not the top attic, it's the sidewall access attic. They have a 866Y, and they have a 6-inch going to each 4x10. But Lance wanted to upsize one of these to 8-inch. So what we're going to do is just take off that Y and extend the 8-inch and replace one of the boots with a 4x14 straight boot with a 90. So come out the door. So the middle floor southwest bedroom. This is the daughter's room here. So that 8-inch Y is 5 feet from this wall. That's where it's cut through the joist thing. And that's where the Y is, right here, 5 feet from that wall. And then it goes 6, 6. So I figure you can either cut, maybe better if you cut the 8-inch over here and cut the new 6-inch here, but it doesn't matter either way. But what you need to do is, in this bedroom here, you see the trunk line here. So this mark here is the 5-foot mark from that wall, 5 feet. And then trusses are 24th on center, so I just measured over 24. So if this were me doing it, I would start by cutting a 12x12 hole here. I'll give you a 12x12 patch, and then cut your top takeoff on the top and slide your hard pipe down from this side through until you see it, and then put it on your takeoff, then do it from the inside, and then patch the hole. So let's go. Oh, it's upstairs. So attic access right here, but I haven't went up there. They have this sidewall access right here. And come in here. We're going to go to the very end. I'm going to pause it while I walk over there. Okay, down here, you can see they have a 8-inch homemade Y and then 2 6-inch coming off of it. So you're going to just remove this homemade Y and tap onto the 8-inch. and extend the 8-inch to a new boot. So the other one, you're going to have to cut a hole in the wood here, that 6-inch, but over here, or wherever you want. It's, we're just guessing at this point. Cut a hole and then slide your pipe down this way until you see it, then convert to flex. So you have one 4x14 and one 4x10 reel in there. I'm going to pause it. Okay, back in that room where the duct is. So I put an arrow where I think we're going to cut that out. So I think I skipped the drain. So the drain will just go to the floor. I'm going to use the existing drain pan overflow safety, but we'll put on a new coil overflow safety. Okay, I think that's it. Have fun.